Representing U.S. Customs and Border Protection, we have Armando Taboada, Assistant Director, Field Operations. And also the Director of Machinery Center of Excellence and Expertise, Mr. J.J. Borras. Also with us, Mexican Consulate General in Laredo, Ambassador Juan Carlos Mendoza. Representing the City of Laredo, our City Manager, Mr. Joseph Neb. Assistant City Managers, Mr. Steve Landin. Mr. Jose Valdez Jr. And also Mr. Ramon Chavez. Our City Secretary, Mr. Mario Maldonado. Laredo International Airport Director, Mr. Gilberto Sanchez. Our Bridge System Director, Ms. Elsa Hinojosa. Convention and Visitors Bureau Director, Ms. Eileen Ramos. Our Economic Development Director, Ms. Miriam Castillo. Our Tax Assessor Collector, Ms. Dora Maldonado. We also have partners in trade that are with us also. So I would like to acknowledge everyone with the Laredo Economic Development Corporation. Also the representatives that are here from the Laredo Motor Carriers Association. We also have Comce Noreste, Capítulo Laredo, el licenciado Eduardo Garza. And Monica Martinez, Executive Director of Laredo Chamber of Commerce. Thank you, everyone. I hope I didn't leave anyone, and if I did, I'm really, truly sorry. But there is a lot of people, and that's awesome. Since its inauguration on April 15th of 2000, this bridge has stood not only as a physical link between Laredo and Nuevo Laredo, but as a vital artery of international commerce. It's a true symbol of binational cooperation between the United States and Mexico. Every single day, more than 18,000 commercial trucks pass through this bridge, making it the busiest commercial crossing along the U.S.-Mexico border and a critical pillar of our nation's economy. It supports North America's supply chains, it strengthens our local prosperity, and maintains Laredo's position as the #1 port in the United States. Today, we recognize the visionary leaders, the dedicated bridge employees, custom officials, logistic workers, and trade partners who make this possible. To officially kick off our ceremony, please join me in welcoming a leader who champions international collaboration and economic growth here in Laredo, our Mayor, Dr. Victor D. Trevino.
Thank you and good morning, Dr. Victor Trevino, Mayor for the City of Laredo. Happy to be here to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the World Trade Bridge. The World Trade Bridge, which is owned and operated by the City of Laredo on the American side, is one of the busiest ports of entries in the world. And it is the reason that Laredo continues to be the #1 port of entry and the largest port in the Western Hemisphere. However, besides the incredible commerce this bridge brings to Laredo and the United States, the World Trade Bridge is a symbol of our connection to our biggest trade partner and our ally, which is Mexico. It also represents the democratic principles of free trade that have positioned this country as a global leader in international trade and freedoms. I speak frequently to our counterpart, Alcaldesa Carmen Cantú Rosas. We're intertwined in commerce, culture, and history. We understand this very well, and this, whatever impacts our community, impacts the other. The principle of binational collaboration is a vital component to our success between both U.S. Customs and Mexican Customs and both consuls, which is a part and the reason why we are the safest city in Texas and one of the safest cities in the United States. As part of this 25th anniversary celebration, and just as important, the historic celebration of the presidential approval for the expansion of the World Trade Bridge. This expansion will include the addition of 2 lanes southbound and the construction of an entirely new 8-lane northbound bridge next to it. Besides the increase in efficacy, this expansion is going to reduce traffic and congestion in this part of Laredo that drastically needs it, as we can see. It will reduce emissions from bottleneck idling and improve the security along the southern border. Some of you know, but that what the general public may not know is that the expansion was not possible until the law was changed in Congress by Senator Ted Cruz and Congressman Cuellar. And even then, I want to share some personal observations that several staff of the White House were not initially inclined to recommend the approval of the expansion application because of environmental concerns, which did not apply to our bridge, but rather to existing or new bridges. But in one of the conversations, I did mention that if the United States does not offer an economic opportunity to our neighbors living on the south of the border, the cartels, through other means, will do so. And this is important, but the reality is that we know this to be true because we live and work here at the border. So I do want to thank especially everyone in the international trade industry and stakeholders for their incredible work. City of Laredo Port of Entry Advisory Committee, the NPO, the RMA, Alpha, COMSE, LMCA, and the Chamber, the Faskins, and the Brokers Association, and of course, Licenciado Eduardo Garza. Thank you. I don't want to forget anyone, but I can go on and on. Laredo is the #1 port because of your involvement, competitiveness, and expertise. Also, big thanks to Mayor Pro Tem Vanessa Perez for her support. I know she's a big advocate for a better quality of life in this area, and I look forward for more prosperity in our community, for our region, and for our country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor. Up next, we are honored to welcome an advocate for border infrastructure and also international commerce. Please help me welcome Congressman Henry Cuellar.
Thank you, and good morning, and what a beautiful day for progress today. I also want to say thank you, Mayor, to you and the City Council, the administrators for the city, for all the work that you have done to get us to this part. I certainly want to thank our amigos de Nuevo Laredo, al alcalde. I know she's not here today, but certainly I send my best to her and to the city administration. Certainly I want to thank also CBP, the men and women that work for CBP, both not only their agents, but also their support staff, which is critically important. And also to the private sector, both on the U.S. side and on the Mexican side, I want to say thank you, Eduardo, Jerry, all of y'all, for the work that you've done, because this bridge stands here today because of your vision, your commitment, and the belief of a better tomorrow. The power of the bridge. What do we mean by the power of the bridge? 25 years ago, this bridge opened a new chapter, not just for Laredo, but for 2 nations, an entire continent. The World Trade Bridge is the vital link between the U.S. and Mexico and beyond. It supports a seamless flow of goods through North America. Laredo is not just a border town, it is the #1 port in the United States. This isn't just a bridge of steel and cement. It is a bridge of commerce, cooperation, and connection. The economic background of this region starts off here at this bridge. Over 6 million trucks crossed the bridge in FY24. Northbound has been increasing, and I think we can certainly talk about how every year that trade increases. And when you look at the number of trucks, and I've used this before, I think I checked with Jerry on the length of a rig, of a tractor, checked with CBP to the number of trucks that we have. But if you look at the number of trucks that pass through Laredo, it will go from here beyond Austin if you line them up. If you look at the number of trucks that pass in 1 month in Laredo, it'll go from Laredo to Rio de Janeiro if you line up those trucks. And if you line up the trucks in 1 year, they will go around the world 3.2 times. This is the power of the bridges that we have in Laredo. The trade that we have here supports automobile, electronics, agriculture, jobs and logistics, brokerage, warehousing, transportation. And yesterday we heard from our sector why tariffs are not good for this country, and we got to make sure that we don't have the tariffs. But what starts here in Laredo reaches every corner of America, brings us a little closer together. This expansion is, again, as the mayor said, it's not only talking about the past, but it's also talking about the future. With a new presidential permit, and hopefully Friday we'll get good news again. This plan includes constructing 10 additional lanes, as the mayor talked about. 2 additional going this way, and of course the 8 new bridge coming in. This will increase the bridge capacity to a total of 18 lanes, which means we got to make sure we have enough personnel. Technology will have the footprint to make sure that we have the latest technology, because as you know, for the older bridges, they don't have the footprint to do this, but this will allow us to have the footprint to have the processing, the technology, the latest technology to make sure that we balance security and commerce, which means our goal is to process faster, shorter wait times, and more trade. Because when we invest in the infrastructure, we're investing in families, jobs, and tomorrow's economy. Again, security and innovation is important here to the Laredo area. We believe in secure borders, but we also believe in balancing with the thriving trade that we have here. That's why the new CT PAC field office that we announced is important. And again, my message is very clear. We need to work, the new office is working with the private sector to make sure that we bring in more companies, not push them out. And I think that is the goal of the CTP office. And this is something that we will continue to support in appropriations. What is the bigger picture for the U.S. and Mexico? Well, certainly trade is not a zero-sum game. It is a share win by both sides. The U.S. and Mexico are not just neighbors, they're partners, as the consul said yesterday at a talk that we had. USMCA comes up for revision, so I ask your expertise to be involved in this revision of the USMCA that's going to be next year. It is very important that Laredo have a seat at the table when it comes to the revision of the USMCA. Every dollar that we see here invested in trade means jobs created, business grown, and families supported. So again, what are we talking about here? We're talking about the spirit of Laredo. As I said a few minutes ago, and Eduardo knows this bridge is more than steel and concrete. It is a symbol of what we can do when we work together. Laredo is where America meets Mexico. Laredo is the place where Mexico meets the United States, and where cooperation results in meets results. Every truck that rolls here, and look at every truck, that means our communities are thriving. This anniversary is not just a celebration, it is a launch pad for the next 25 years. Because in Laredo, we don't wait for the future we build it. Thank you and God bless you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Congressman. At the operational heart of this World Trade Bridge is a team that ensures the seamless flow of traffic and international trade in this bridge. Please help me welcome our bridge director, Ms. Elsa Hinojosa.
Good morning. Excuse the hair. Thank you for being here. I don't want to be repetitive. I want to be respectful of your time. Thank you for taking the time from your busy days. I want to thank everyone again. First of all, I want to thank our employees for everything they do on a daily basis, starting from our toll collectors, our traffic officers, supervisors, our superintendents, assistant directors, as well as our custodians, our techs, everyone that makes everything possible to keep up with the operations of this bridge. Those are the people that I want to thank on a daily basis for working together with their marketing manager, for always being there with us, keeping everything together in the communication, working with our economic development, working with CVB, everyone that helped us on a daily basis for to proceed on everything that we want to plan. Also, what I want to tell you all, Congressman Cuellar, I know I just started something new, but I see the potential that all the bridges have, especially our World Trade Bridge. Thank you for always supporting us on any permits, any projects, any applications. Thank you for our mayor. Thank you, council members, management, everyone for believing in us and supporting us, CBP, our Port Laredo police as well, for always having our back. Also, Nuevo Laredo, Mexico, Nuevo León. On the daily operations, communications is the key. If we don't have that, we don't move forward. Um, Again, I'm very happy to be here to celebrate this 25th anniversary of the World Trade Bridge. And again, don't want to be repetitive, but again, Laredo's moving forward y lo vamos a hacer internacionalmente. Si lo digo en español, trabajando como equipo, vamos a salir adelante. Sin el apoyo de todos ustedes, no lo podemos hacer. So, muchas gracias. Otra cosa, something else I want to bring up, the renovation of our new project for the World Trade Bridge admin offices. I want to take the time for this unveiling. It's a 3.03 million project. It's a much needed project. We've been doing this in the past years in patches. I know we had a water seeping problem for the windows. It was a much needed project that we needed for the first and second floor. We will be providing better services with this renovation on the first floor, expanding the cashier tellers area services. We currently have 4. We will be doing 2 extra. We'll be a total of 6. Other offices will be renovated. All the windows, everything that it hasn't been done in 25 years. The second floor will have a bigger conference room to fit more than 30 people. Upgrading all the electrical, upgrading our IT system to provide more efficiency cameras. We trying to keep 50% of the metal studs if we can, and 80% to save some monies as well. Anything that we can help, we're working very closely with the construction company and our architect. So, little as much, I just want to thank you. Thank you for being here and your time, and for always supporting us. Thank you.
Thank you, Elsa. Now we're going to proceed with the formal reading of the proclamation, Mayor, and to further mark this historic moment, we're also going to hear from Congressman Cuellar, who will present a congressional certificate of recognition commemorating the World Trade Bridge 25th years of service to our community and also to our country. So can we please have you vote? And also, council members.
Office of the Mayor, City of Laredo, Texas, Proclamation. Whereas, the World Trade Bridge, inaugurated on April 15, 2000, served as a vital international trade corridor connecting two communities over the Rio Grande River and strengthening economic and security ties between the United States and Mexico. Whereas, for the past 25 years, the World Trade Bridge has facilitated billions of dollars in commerce, enhancing the efficiency of cross-border trade enhancing security, and supporting industries that drive local, regional, and national economies. Whereas, this critical gateway has played an essential role in fostering economic growth, job creation, and international cooperation, ensuring the seamless movement of goods that benefit businesses and consumers alike. Whereas, I was proud to announce that Friday, May 31st, 2024, President Joe Biden issued a presidential permit for the City of Laredo request for the expansion of the World Trade Bridge, and had the opportunity to thank him personally on behalf of Laredo at the event at the White House. Whereas, this important development marks a crucial step forward in enhancing trade, infrastructure, and fostering economic growth in Laredo and across South Texas. Whereas, the approval of the presidential permit, which was made possible through bipartisan efforts in Congress to streamline the bridge review process, further underscores the unwavering commitment of local, state, and federal officials to work together. Whereas, the City of Laredo is grateful for the leadership of U.S. Senator Ted Cruz, who paved the way for the Senate for the World Trade Bridge expansion project to move forward by introducing language in the National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2024. To our very own Congressman Henry Cuellar, who was steadfast in his work in the House of Representatives to maintain the needed language in conference, and the City of Laredo acknowledges U.S. Senator John Cornyn for his unwavering support and advocacy in championing efforts to streamline the presidential permitting process. Whereas, the collaboration between the City of Laredo with U.S. Customs and Border Protection and the Agencia Nacional de Aduanas de Mexico, ANAM, our sister city of Nuevo Laredo, the government of Mexico, and private sector stakeholders has been instrumental in maintaining the integrity, security, and operational excellence of this key trade link. And whereas, on this historic occasion, we recognize the dedication of those who have contributed to the bridge's success, including government officials, trade organizations, transportation professionals, and community leaders who have worked tirelessly to promote its efficacy, modernization, and security goals. Now, therefore, I, Dr. Victor D. Trevino, by the virtue of the authority vested in me as Mayor of the City of Laredo, County of Webb, State of Texas, do hereby proclaim April 15, 2025 as the 25th anniversary of the World Trade Bridge. I encourage all citizens to recognize and celebrate the bridge's pivotal role in fostering international trade around the world, igniting regional economic development and binational collaboration and prosperity. Thank you.
Por acá, por acá, por acá. Gracias. No más, no.
mayor, the city council, the city management, all the folks that work for the city. Thank you so much for the job that y'all do. Certainly want to thank the private sector, el sector privado, lado mexicano, lado americano. Muchas gracias a la ciudad, a la nación de México, donde sabemos que el Río Bravo, el Río Grande no los divide, pero los une como dos naciones, donde queremos ver no muros, pero puentes de comercio, de amistad entre los Estados Unidos y México. Todo este río que llega hasta el Golfo de Texas, de México, pero sabemos que México es un socio, necesitamos que tratar a México como un socio. Desde parte de los Estados Unidos lo quiero dar al alcalde, a la ciudad, al sector privado mexicano-americanos, a todos ustedes del Congreso de los Estados Unidos, un reconocimiento. Muchas gracias. Mayor.
Hoy te digo, ¿qué más aquí? Acá, acá. Gracias.
Thank you, everyone. This concludes our press conference. There are refreshments here as well, but thank you so much for your collaboration with the City of Laredo.